already on a downward spiral and you giving them false hope deliberately can really send somebody over the edge.
Get your money, sis, fuck a hater. Get your money, sis, get your weight up. Make your money move, I ain't mad at you. Yeah, it's all about the cream and getting money. Get your money, sis, fuck a hater.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Two Cent Tuesday with Jenny, where you will be getting my unsolicited, unapologetic opinion about what's going on in the world today. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you are notified every single time that I post a new video. And you might as well go ahead and give this video a big old thumbs up. And without further ado, let's get right into today's topic. Father God, may this kind of love never find me. Period. First thing first, excuse how I'm speaking. Allergies is doing a number on me right now. Can't breathe, so I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. As we already know, Love and Hip Hop stars, singer, model, whatever she is, Ray J and Princess Love. They've been married for I don't even know how many years. And I think they've spent more time getting divorced than they've been married. They're on their like fifth divorce claim, which they have yet to make good on. And recently they were spotted out at the Millennial Tour, tonguing each other down, baby. Like they were newlyweds. Everybody was feeling hopeful. Okay, they're getting back together. Really nothing new here. But that type of affection will really have you thinking like, oh, y'all good. And probably less than 24 hours later, Ray J is getting arrested for some type of incident that transpired between him and Princess Love. And then he posts a rant going in. Let's play the clip.
When I was kissing her, I reminisced, man, I love her. But I don't like her right now. She's my everything. But I'm her fucking nothing. She was kissing me like when we first fucking met. Don't ever do that to me again and play with my emotions.
We know this kind of love. We've seen this kind of love. Some of us have been in this kind of love. And again, I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. I don't want it. So many people are not understanding why Princess Love continues to put herself back in the situation with this man. We've been watching Ray J spiral for a while now, since probably one of their first of many divorces. He just hasn't seemed to be in his right mind. He's even expressed when he was on Club Shay Shay that like even his sister, which at one point in time they were extremely close, doesn't even really reach out to him like that. They don't communicate as much as they used to. He's not even invited to the family functions like he used to. So I think it's safe to say that Ray J's on a downward spiral. But why does Princess Love continue to put herself in this situation? When you are in a toxic relationship such as this, why is it so hard for people to just walk away for good? Why do so many of us find ourselves on a merry-go-round in this type of relationship? Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below, and I'm going to go ahead and drop my 2 cents in on the situation. Why she keep going back? Plain and simple. They the same person. I've been saying it. Listen, I think Princess is a beautiful woman. I think she's a great mom. But after watching her interview, because she don't do many, she sat down with Carlos King. And I learned a lot about her. And it was like, I see you. She, although does not come off as flashy and wants to be this, as beautiful as she is, you can tell that she does not know her worth. And I could be completely wrong. This is just me looking in as an observer. And a lot of us, I know my worth. I know what and even me, up until recently, like, oh, I know my worth. I do this because I want to, and this, that, and third. If you truly know what value you hold, a lot of us would not allow some of the things that we often allow. In this case in point, I really don't want to talk about Ray J and Princess because I just feel like that is like the definition of trauma bonded. That is the definition of if I can't have you, no one else will. That is the every synonym you can find for toxic, they are underneath. It's sad because the only one I feel sorry for in this situation is their children, because they have to see this constant bickering and back and forth and this uncertainty and lack of security. They have to see all of this. So that is who I really feel bad for. But I feel like Princess, like many women and men, as much as you know something is not good for you, as much as you know this is not working, as unhappy as you may be, sometimes you see yourself like, why can't I get away? Why can't I get over this person? Why can't I shake this person? And I don't know if it's just a comfort. I don't know if it's trauma bonded. I don't know if it's the thought of, I come from a broken home, so I don't want that narrative for my children, so I'm going to put up with whatever to make it work. It could be so many reasons. I don't know Princess Love's personal life outside of what she has shared in interviews or whatever the case have you. But clearly, coming from Floyd Mayweather's a plethora of women, even though she claimed she didn't know she was not the only one, to go to Ray J where you're constantly being cheated on and gaslit and just everything. I mean, this man literally said sleeping with prostitutes and strippers don't count. Like, what? Again, I feel like she is also, it all makes sense. Yes, I still watch Ratchet TV, Love and Hip Hop. And I'm like, girl, why are you so pressed about this man dealing with Amato? Why are you so pressed about him dealing with Sukihana? But it makes sense. It's one of those things where Princess wants out, but she also doesn't want to see him with somebody else. And he doesn't want to see her with anybody else. And then they still find their way drawn back to each other for whatever reason it is. And listen, in regards to that rant he went on where he's like, you know, I love her, but I don't like her right now. When you get to a point where it's like, I got love for this person, but I really don't like them, that is when it's like, you know what? It's time to leave. Because I feel like that's like dangerous territory. Staying with somebody that you don't even like. And even if, I mean, some people really don't know how to read a room. But it's like, when you're in a relationship and let's say you just in love and, you know, you in your own world. But if you really know somebody's vibe and you've been with somebody long enough, you know when they start, when you can tell when they don't like you. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, I listen, been there, done that. It's like, yeah, you love me, but you don't really like me. You know what I mean? Like, and again, it may not have anything to do with you. It may just be they have evolved, they're changing, their preference, whatever it is. For whatever reason, something has shifted. There's a change. And being together as long as they have, I mean, since 2016, you would know, like, we don't really like each other. Is love enough to keep you there when you don't like somebody? I don't know. But I feel like at some point in time, you got to think about your children. And don't think, oh, I'm going to deal with this just because I don't want my kids to come from a broken home. Because I promise you, staying in a relationship like theirs, where cops are constantly being called, is constant fighting, cheating, arguments, divorces being put on the table, I promise you, you are breaking those children way more than a separation would. And that's just my honest opinion. I never understand when people say, oh, I'm staying for the kids. I couldn't in my right mind as a parent allow my children to suffer by seeing their parents suffer with each other. It's just not cool. And granted, like I said, we've all been vulnerable. We've all been in an environment where it's like, you start having flashbacks. They might have had a little something, maybe a little drinky drink, maybe that little booger sugar. I don't know. But clearly she was having a moment. But again, everyone's like, oh, poor princess, poor princess. I feel like Princess knows exactly what she's doing. And when you see two people like that and just going through these ups and downs, baby, let them have it. You understand what I'm saying? Just leave us out the group chat. At this point. And I get it. You know, I look at people in these type of marriages like them. You know, I look at the Will and Jadas who's living separate but equal, you know, whatever they got going on over there. And definitely not comparing the two, but just saying, like, these untraditional relationships. It's like, man, you take vows for rich or for poor, for sickness and health, and, you know, till death do us part type commitments. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's only so much a person can take. You understand what I'm saying? Like, when it gets to a place where it's unhealthy, and you're exposing your children to it, it's like, we gotta either get some help or we gotta let this go. Like I said, I think it's a situation where it's like, people like them, you just gotta let them be, and you just gotta put them in God's hand and pray that they will get through it. And I can only imagine if us as viewers are getting frustrated. I can only imagine what their friends and family is going through, because those type of relationships can be draining on those around you, you know, because I'm sure there's somebody she is constantly venting to, and I'm sure there's somebody he's constantly venting to, and that gets exhausted because his family may feel like, you need to leave this woman alone, y'all need to part ways, it's no good for you, it's no good for you. And then you see them making out, or you see them laying down at the beach somewhere, or her, it's like, girl, he cheated, he did this, da, da, da. And then you see moments like this, it's like, why did I even waste my breath? That's why sometimes live your best trauma behind closed doors, because if you don't plan on walking away or genuinely coming to somebody for help, leave us out of it. Leave us out the group chat, y'all. Please. And honestly, it's just really sad to see this. But you know what, Princess? If you like it, we love it. I could care less at this point. It's just so crazy that they really just can't shake each other. And then to hear Ray J say, you know, stop playing with my emotions, you kissing me like that, knowing damn well you don't really want me. And that's why I said, they're kind of one of the same. Like, she gives me that same narcissist, manipulative vibe that he has. I don't know why. Like I said, just me watching her on Love and Hip Hop, something about her just never really sat well with me. And she does seem like the type that she would play those games of, oh, he about to move on. Let me let him feel like he has some type of hope. And women and men, whoever, you gotta be careful with playing with people's emotions like that, honestly, because someone who's already on a downward spiral and you giving them false hope deliberately can really send somebody over the edge. So sometimes it's best to really just be cutthroat and honest and be like, you know what? Yeah, move on with your life, or I'm done. This relationship's over. This friendship is over. Whatever it is that is causing you havoc and drama, you have to just be honest with people and cut it off no matter how bad it hurts. You can never really get over somebody if you're constantly surrounding yourself with that person. Like, if we're getting a divorce but we're still hanging out, we're still going places together, if we're doing anything outside of co-parenting, it's going to get confusing for the both of you. So it's just a messy for me. I I'm just curious as to what you guys think. Why do you think people stay in toxic relationships? Why do you think it's so hard to walk away from people who are toxic? Is it guilt? What is something to work so bad that you're willing to tolerate certain things? Is it not wanting to feel like a failure? If your friendship doesn't work, if your relationship doesn't work, so you just, again, you tolerate certain things. What is it that make people stay in something that they're unhappy in? Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Speaking of toxic relationships, okay? Because when you got a dealer for a daddy and a user for a mama, what type of relationship is that? Find out in my 2 books, Inherited Dysfunction, Part 1 and 2, available on Amazon.com. Part 1 is also available on BarnesandNoble.com and Walmart.com. So please check out the link down below. Thank you for watching. As always, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And Jenny is out.